What's up, everybody? It's your boy Johnny back with another video, and today is a day when I do my predictions for 2021 and also talk about what we know already, what we're about to get. So I'm just want to get started. It's going to take a while. First I'm going to do Prince, do my predictions for him, and then Elvis Presley, and then Michael Jackson. We'll see. And then I want to do one notable artist as my favorite artist that I think would be great if they come out with this release, because I think there's a possibility it may come out. Okay, so let's just get started. Let's talk about Prince. Let's talk about the releases we got of Prince this year. This year was a pretty good year for Prince, but I think it could have been better because I think the pandemic screwed a lot of this stuff up. Is Sony Legacy has a holding on his music, and Warner Brothers. Sony Legacy releases a lot of releases, and they did that so many releases the year before in 2019. They released so much stuff. But I was still very happy with the releases we got. So I'm about to show you the releases we got the whole year for the most part. I think I have all of them sitting here of Prince. So let me just go ahead and show you. Did I leave one? Oh, I left some over there. Okay, now I'm going to show you. Alright, so these are releases we got. A lot of these were the first time on vinyl, or first time in a long, since its initial release on vinyl. We got this from Sony Legacy, the Rainbow Children, vinyl release and CD. I didn't buy the CD because I already had the original one. But the vinyl release, the original one, was very hard to find. And they reissued it. Awesome. Then we have all 3 One Night Alone releases. We had this, which is one I never owned. I also bought the CD of this. Pretty awesome to have. And these are all on purple vinyl. All right, there's another one. Here's the It Ain't Over, the after show. Good release. Nice. And then the 4 LP box set of the One Night Alone Live, which was really cool. And then also we got those live releases in this CD box set with the DVD of him live at the Aladdin in Las Vegas, which is awesome too. So very good releases. And then one point, I think at the beginning of the summer or during the summer, we got this release from it's from Japan, a little CD. There's a few things that are unreleased for that's released here on audio CD for the first time. So pretty cool. I did a review and unboxing of all this stuff. So, and then about at the end of September, we got these amazing releases of Prince for the Signs of the Times album. Oh my gosh. I got the 8 LP box set. There's also an LP version box set of this, which was huge, very expensive. Then we have Signs of the Times, the Peach vinyl version of the original album. And then I didn't show this, but this is my record store day release I got. This is a picture disc version of the album. I didn't open it, so that's why I haven't shown it. So we have those. I'm going to be doing a lot of scrambling around, people. Excuse me. And then, of course, we have this, if you were lucky enough to get it. We also got this. The Signs of the Times, the singles box set. This was very limited. This is going for a lot of money on the secondary market now. I mean, a lot. I'm talking like $800. And this was $100 when it came out. Very collectible for whatever reason. It's numbered of 1,987. I got numbered like 1,300. So it's been a very good year for Prince releases and the Prince fan. So I am very happy about what we got. But let me say this is probably the last time I'm going to be saying it, because next year we'll start the new holdings of Prince's music. All right, as we know that Sony Legacy and Warner Brothers, they have the holdings of his music. Sony Legacy holds stuff from 95 on up, basically to the end of his life. And then Warner Bros. Owns stuff from 94 and back, going back to his first album in 1978. But starting next year, Sony Legacy is going to hold the rights to the Warner Brothers catalog also. So that's what's going to be happening for Prince. And hopefully they'll continue to trend, which I think they will. I think they'll still have some of the same people working. It's just going to be released through Sony Legacy. And I think it's going to be great. And hopefully they'll continue reissuing some albums that had never been on vinyl. It's been out of print for a very long time. So these are my. So now I'm gonna tell you my predictions I have of Prince. All right, the first one. If they continue the trend with doing super deluxe editions of his studio albums from the Warner Brother years, or his biggest selling albums from his highest all the way to his lowest, this should be the next album, and I hope it is. And this next year will mark the 30th anniversary of this album. And that album is the Prince and the New Power Generation Diamonds and Pearls album. This right here is my European copy, original vinyl from 1991. It wasn't pressed on vinyl in the 90s because by that time they weren't really pressing vinyl in the US. So I would love to see this in Super Deluxe Edition. I think there's a huge chance. Hopefully they'll step outside the 80s for once. I would like for them to do that too. So if they're going to be going by that trend, this is the next album. I don't know what the next album would be after this, but I gotta look that up now. But anyways, it'd be nice, you know, continuing the trend of doing a Super Deluxe of this, which is the original, everything remastered of the original album, the B-sides and edits, which is a lot of edits, different mixes of all different songs that appeared on this album. And then they would have some vault tracks, whatever those would be, which would be amazing. Always cool to see new officially unreleased material. And then of course, a audio show from the tour, and then a visual, maybe on DVD, of a show from the tour. So that'd be very great to see. I would hope that would happen. So my prediction is if they do a Super Deluxe, hopefully it's Diamonds and Pearls. And we probably won't see it until the holiday season, like around this time, I think. So we have to wait a while. But regular reissue releases, these are my predictions of Prince. I guess I'll show this one first. This contains 2 albums in it, but this is Crystal Ball, released in 1998. First available on his website back in the day, and then went to retail stores. It also contained, the Crystal Ball was 3 discs, and then there was this acoustic album of Prince that he did on a single disc called The Truth, which was this disc right here. I can see him doing this as a separate LP. I think it would only take 1 LP for this album. Maybe 2. I can't remember how long this album is, but I think I can see him reissuing this album on vinyl for the first time and on separate CD by itself. And then Crystal Ball was 3 CDs containing stuff that was heavily bootlegged at the time, or hard to get, or alternate mixes of songs from when he was at Warner Brothers. So I can see it being a 6 LP set if they do reissue it, and reissuing the CD. I think it'd be great. And this CD still goes for a good amount of money because it's still not easy to find. Wasn't a big seller at the time. So I think it'd be great for people who are having a hard time to find it to get this. All right, my next prediction is this. It's really credited to New Power Generation, but this is really a Prince album. He's all over it, his voice. This is New Power Soul from 1998 also. I can see them doing this, reissuing this, hopefully again. I would think so. But maybe since it's, you know, technically credited to New Power Generation, maybe they won't. But we will see. Doing this on vinyl and on CD. And of course digital, all this stuff digital. Alright, and this is my last prediction. A lot of people forget about this release. Honestly, a lot of people, I feel like, don't care about this release. But this came out in 1999 from Warner Brothers. This is Old Friends for Sale, The Vault. So I can see them reissuing this again on vinyl for the first time and on CD for the first time since probably its initial release. I can see them doing that. All right. So that concludes my releases of Prince, what we got this year, and my predictions for next year. Well, let's move on to Elvis now. All right, Elvis. You know, we got a lot of releases, but they were mostly from FTD, not really from Sony Legacy. So, and I was able to purchase a few of them. Actually, yeah, a few of them. One of them I have here. One is on pre-order. It should be here by the end of the month. Oh my gosh, I forgot how heavy this damn thing is. But we got this. The Elvis That's the Way It Is 50th Anniversary Collector's Edition, basically containing all of the rehearsal material, the most complete rehearsal material from him getting ready for his engagement in Las Vegas and during the filming of That's the Way It Is. So this was a very good release. I did a review, a big review of this. So if you guys want to check it out, just look a couple videos back. I need to add to a playlist. But this is very expensive. In case you guys don't know, they are doing a second printing of this. So when that drops, you may want to jump right on it, because I really think after that they probably won't reprint this. So, oh my gosh, this is heavy. I'm about to put it down. So this is probably the only one really of Elvis I got this year, besides the Christmas album I just showed the other day. But FTD delivered us a lot of releases this year. I can't even tell you them all because there's so many. And what we're getting at the end of this month, there's a Sessions box set. The next one is for Something for Everybody Sessions, but it also comes with the Wild in the Country movie soundtrack sessions. I pre-ordered that, so look out for that probably in another month, or at least by the end of this month of that release. This is the original FTD from 2006. So we're getting that, and I'm very happy. And we're also getting the From Elvis in Nashville. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that release. That's also coming at the end of the month, so look out for that. I will do an unboxing and review of that also. All right, but so now let's get to my predictions of Elvis. Seeing that we are getting the From Elvis in Nashville release, which is really the original sessions mixes of songs from That's the Way It Is, Love Letters, and Elvis Country, I would hope finally they would release these on Friday Music. Hopefully Friday Music will do a release of on vinyl, remastered, and reissued Love Letters from Elvis. This is my original copy in the shrink. So hopefully, and a lot of people want this album, which I don't blame them. It'll mark the 50th anniversary of this album also. Elvis Country. Hopefully they'll finally do it. This is my original copy in the shrink with the hype sticker for the bonus photo, and it's the rigid version too. I do have the bonus photo, but it's the 50th anniversary next year of these two albums that came out in 1971. Hopefully we'll finally see a reissue vinyl release from Friday Music. I don't know. It may be a long shot because these weren't big sellers initially. A lot of people forget about this album, and I feel like that Friday Music thinks this cover is misleading because there's a baby on the cover, a baby Elvis. But who knows? You never know. That's just a shot in the dark for me. But you never know. Maybe they'll reissue at least That's the Way It Is on Friday Music again. It's been a long time since they reissued that. So, all right. Next is my FTD predictions. I think the next Sessions box set will be this. It will be the 60th anniversary of this soundtrack. It was a huge seller, huge success for him. And I think it'll be this. Next Session box set will be Blue Hawaii. I know this was probably in the works already. I want to say a couple of years ago I heard about this, or at least a year ago, that they will be releasing this. And I think 2021 will be the year for that. So hopefully we'll see that. Will I buy it? There's a huge chance I won't, because I don't like solely soundtrack albums. I think I can live with this, but we'll see if I change my mind by then. Anyone knows how I am. I may do that, so yeah. So I predict that this will be the next Sessions box set. And the second half of the year, probably around this time of year, I can see them doing this. This album came out in 1962. I can see them doing a Sessions box set of this, everything in chronicle order. Potluck with Elvis. Now this, if they came out with a Sessions box set, I would totally buy. Everything to continue the trend of doing stuff in chronicle order. A lot of the outtakes are not on this release. Some of them were released also on Gold Records Volume 3 and some other releases. So I can see them totally doing this around fall of next year in 2021. So that's what I gotta say. But as far as other releases from RCA and Sony Legacy, I can't really predict anything as far as thinking about anniversaries and stuff. So that's really what I have. All right, so that's what I have of Elvis. So now we're to Michael Jackson. As you can tell, my happiness went down a little bit because Michael Jackson releases have not been exciting because we haven't been getting No Michael Jackson releases. Only thing we got this year was, what's it this year? No, that was last year. Excuse me. Scratch it. We didn't get any Michael Jackson releases this year. But if they don't do it this year, this release I'm about to name, I don't know when they're going to do it. Maybe they'll do it for the 35th. Who freaking knows? But I'm predicting, hopefully, they'll do something with this release. It'll be the 30th anniversary. One of the last classic Michael Jackson albums, people like to call it, is the Dangerous album. Next year will mark the 30th anniversary. I would love to see him do something like what they did with Bad 25, which was an amazing box set when that came out. So that would be great. Come out with a box set, come out with it on vinyl, on CD, different format, different editions, the studio, and then maybe then the special edition, and then the super deluxe edition. Kind of like what they do with Prince. I would love to see them do it with this album. Kind of like what they did with the Bad 25 album in 2012. God, 2012, that was a long time ago already. Remix the original album, do single edits and whatever other mixes of songs for this time, which was a lot of different mixes off this album. That could take up a lot of discs. Maybe a show from the tour audio, and then a visual. They'll probably use that one they released in that Michael Jackson box set in the early 2000s from the Dangerous tour. And maybe some unreleased tracks, man. Come on, man. It's Michael Jackson. Please release something. I don't know what the issue is. But that's my prediction. Do I have high hopes? Not really, because they've been disappointing us. They don't release nothing at all. So, my prediction for Michael Jackson, which is a long shot, super deluxe edition of Michael Jackson's Dangerous album from 1991. Moving on. All right, so this is my last release. This is a notable release for me because I'm a huge fan of his music. They do releases now every now and then for him, for anniversaries and stuff. And I think if they continue the trend of this, it will be great. And that artist is George Michael. And next year marks the 25th anniversary of this album from 1996. His third studio album, Older. I would love to see this in some type of deluxe edition. Kind of like what they did with Faith for the 25th anniversary. And this was great too. I don't have my Faith one with me. But this was great too. The Listen Without Prejudice deluxe edition, which was freaking amazing. Oh my gosh. I would love to see this in deluxe edition, continuing the trend. Hopefully they will. Release this on vinyl, because the original vinyl, it was original on vinyl, but holy crap, it goes for a crap ton of money. You can't touch it. If anyone's a George Michael fan, you know what I'm talking about. So I would love to see this album in deluxe edition, maybe the original album with, again, B-sides and edits. Hopefully for the visual, the music videos, for all the music videos that were for this album, and the visual of the 1996 Unplugged that he did for MTV. The audio appears in here, but it would be nice to have the visual in this for a box set, because I think that was in 1996, and he did some tracks off of this album during his Unplugged, but also other albums like Faith and From Listen Without Prejudice, and even a Wham song. But anyways, I would love to see this in deluxe edition. I think there's a huge chance it will happen. If it happens, it'll probably happen, I would think, around the holiday season, around this time. But hopefully sooner. That would be great. But there you go. But you know what, people? That's it for my predictions for 2021 of some of my favorite artists, which is the main guys I do on my channel, plus George Michael. I hope you all enjoyed this. I did pretty good with predicting stuff from last year, from this past year, so I'm really proud of myself. So I usually do a pretty good job with that. So, with that being said, I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for watching. Look out for the next video, whatever it may be. You know, I'm just winging it here lately, but I think I'm probably going to do probably a Prince video. So, look out for that, all right? Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. So see you later, and goodbye.